welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking this video. I am Janiyah Annette and I am a new mom, and today's video is just going to be about how being a mom, a teen mom at that, has really changed my life for the better. So if you are interested, then keep on watching. So guys, if you notice that I am looking down, it is because I like to talk a lot and I like to get off of topic. So I wrote everything down that I want to talk about in little bullet points, and let's just hope that this video does not end up being like 2 hours long. We're gonna try and get it to 20 minutes, okay? Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna talk about is my childhood and basically how I grew up. I grew up very privileged. I was very spoiled. I was my mom's first child and my dad's only daughter. So I pretty much got everything I wanted. I was pretty happy just my entire life. As a kid, I got everything I wanted. As a teenager, I did not have many responsibilities like other teenagers had. Like, I got a job because I wanted to. I didn't really have to get a job. I just wanted my own money. And I didn't have like a lot of rules and stuff. Not that my parents just let me do whatever I wanted to do, but if I wanted to go hang out with my friends and go, you know, to parties and stuff, they would let me. It wasn't like I was being held back from anything, and I didn't really have to go through a lot to do what I wanted to do, basically. So yeah, I was just very spoiled, and I didn't really have any like traumatic experiences, which I'm very grateful for. My parents, they didn't just let me do whatever I wanted to do. I was very protected, and they made sure to teach me a lot of things that I instill into my life still today. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I had a really good childhood. Next, I'm just going to talk about after high school and kind of becoming an adult and transitioning from being in a household where I didn't have all these responsibilities, no bills, no baby. I was not in a serious relationship. I was just living my life, and it was amazing. I tell you, it was great. But going from that to having to work full time, I ended up having a baby. I got in a serious relationship. I realized that I enjoy the more expensive things in life, and I have to work so that I can uphold my standards for myself. So yeah, it was pretty hard for me. My plans did not go as planned, but you know, that's, and from then on, we're gonna talk about when I got pregnant. So this is the story of how it happened, okay? This is the story of how it went. So I remember it was around like May, and I did not get my period. And usually I am not late or anything with my period. It's always pretty spot on. I've never been stressed to the point where I didn't get my period. And I know they say like if you eat unhealthy, that can mess it up, but these things have never happened to me. So when I missed it, I was pretty sure that I was pregnant, to be honest, but I just wanted to wait it out. Or like I was like, maybe I'm stressing myself about it, so maybe it's finally happening to where it's gonna come late. Or, you know, I probably was eating unhealthy. I don't even really remember, but that wasn't the case. I was pregnant. I ended up taking a pregnancy test probably, if it wasn't the weekend that I missed my period, then it was probably the next weekend. And it came out positive, and let me tell y'all, I was scared. I did not even cry or anything. I was just super like, oh my God, like this is really happening. Like, I'm really pregnant. It's really a baby growing inside of me. So when I took the test, like I didn't even really know how to feel, because a part of me was just like, oh, I'm not pregnant, I'm just gonna take this test and it is not going to be positive. But I just kind of knew that day too that I wanted to take a test, because my emotions were just all over the place. Like I was having period symptoms, but I did not have my period. I was very irritated with my boyfriend, and I was just like, I just need to take a test and get it over with, and so that we know what we are going to do. I kept it a secret for probably about 4 or 5 months. I did not tell anyone, and I actually was still working at the daycare, and I had not told like my immediate family because I was so scared. I also didn't tell the people at my job because I didn't want them to know. And I really kept it a secret because I was afraid, because my mom had me very young. I did not want my dad to be disappointed because he has such high expectations for me. He believes that I should be in school and doing all this stuff to further my education, and I was so far from doing that. I had no plans on going to community college anymore, going to any college anymore after I found out I wasn't going to be going to California. So I was very afraid to tell them, but I knew that I wanted to keep my baby. From the first day that I took the test, I knew that I wanted to keep my baby. So that just wasn't an option. I wasn't going to get an abortion or for adoption or anything like that. I knew that I wanted my baby. I was just afraid to let everyone know that I was pregnant. I'm also the first one to get pregnant out of like my cousins that's around my age. So it was just very nerve-wracking. But during this time, this 4 or 5 months, knowing that I'm pregnant and not having, you know, the support that I really needed. Like at this point, now that I've had my baby, I really do wish that I would have told someone like as soon as I found out. I told like probably 1 or 2 of my cousins, but I wish I would have told someone who was more responsible than the people that I told, and B, somebody that could just tell me what the right thing to do was. Not that I wanted anyone to sway my decisions or, you know, change my mind about anything, but I think that I needed that advice really early on, because when I finally did tell everybody, it was kind of stressing me out because everybody had all these opinions, and I'm 4 to 5 months pregnant, and there's nothing really that I can do about it now. I had made up my mind, so hearing all these other things so late on in my pregnancy, it really made me depressed, and I was just unhappy for about a month or two until all of that kind of simmered down and everybody just accepted that they were going to have a new family member. And yeah, that was a rough patch in my pregnancy, but I got over it, and I'm glad I did. So next, I'm just going to talk about getting through it. After all of this, finding out I was pregnant, keeping it a secret, finally telling my family, for the last few months of my pregnancy, I was very happy. I was a pretty active pregnant person. If you guys want me to do a separate video on like my life as a pregnant woman, I really will. I actually miss being pregnant. I don't want to get pregnant again, but I actually miss being pregnant. Like I miss Journey being inside of my body, not being able to hear her cry because she likes to cry too much. And it was just an amazing feeling being able to feel her kick and stuff like that. Like when we would talk to her, I miss that. I miss those nights where she was just inside of my body. It was amazing. But really, the last 2 months of my pregnancy, I was pretty happy. I ended up moving out when I was around 6 months. I got my own apartment with my boyfriend, and that was one of our many plans since we were having a baby together, to not still be in our parents' house, because this was something that obviously we did, so we need to do the things we need to do to take care of our child and to be responsible adults. So we did that, and I'm very happy that I made this decision. I love my home, I love my relationship, and I love my little family. I am very happy with the decision that I made to move out, because I advise everyone who has a baby young, if you can and if you really set up a plan to be able to move out and get your own place, that is probably the best thing that you can do, because you can do what you want with your child. If you don't want people coming over, you tell them you don't want no company. Like, everybody is not always in your face with your baby and stuff. It's just way more comfortable when you have your own space and you're with your child or your family, or, you know, whatever. I do understand some people are not in that situation, but if you can plan to do so, that I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. So finally, for the last part of this video, let me look at my notes so I don't keep talking too much. I wanted to talk about just finally becoming a mom and how it has changed me. So after giving birth, I definitely felt like a new person. Like, everybody kept asking me, like, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I was just like, I feel different. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just felt like a superwoman. Like, it felt like first of all, I done something I've never done before, and now I finally have my baby girl. Like, I've been waiting 9 months for this. Like, I was so happy. Yeah, I was so tired because I had just given birth and stuff, but I was so happy that she was finally here, and I just felt like a super mom. Like, I really just pushed something out of me. I never thought I would be able to do that. People who know me know that ever since I was younger, I would say, like, I'm not having kids, because just thinking about pushing something out was not in my agenda for my life, but I did it, and it was actually a great experience. I did not really go through it like I know some people do during birth. My labor and delivery was amazing. I had great nurses. I made sure to give birth at a great hospital. It was pretty good. And being a mom just has really changed my life. Now I just have to think about everything. You know, I can't just think about myself. I have to think about how it's going to affect my child, if it is good for my child, and all of these things. So I know that a lot of people feel like when you have a baby young, it ruins your life, and you know, it's just this horrible thing. But honestly, now that I have a baby, I really don't agree with that, because my baby did not ruin my life. She did not stop anything from happening. Yes, it might have delayed some of the plans that I had, but they're not going to just stop right there. I still am going to achieve my goals. I still have things planned even for her that I want to do, and my life is not ruined, and it has not stopped anything. So it is not true that having a baby young is going to ruin your life. Now, I am not saying that you just go out and get pregnant at 18 and 19 years old, especially if you are not in the situation to where you can even provide for a baby. But if that is what people are telling you and you really want to keep your baby, then you do what you want to do. It's ultimately what you want to do. It's your body, it's your baby, and you just have to have a plan set up so that you can take care of your baby, and you know, it's not going to ruin your life. You're still going to be able to do everything you want to do in life. Actually, I believe having a baby young is a little bit better, because then as they get older, you're still old enough to be able to be active and stuff with them. So that's a plus. And finally, even though I think I already did a finally, this is really the last thing. Like I told y'all, I like to keep talking and go on a tangent about things. But I just want to talk to the single teen moms who had a baby young like me and are single like me. And I am in a relationship, but I'm technically considered single since we are not married. I just wanted to talk to you guys and let you guys know that it is okay to ask for help from family members, from friends. I know a lot of people just feel like, you know, once you have a baby, you are supposed to be the one to do everything for that baby. You know, it's your responsibility. Yes, that's true, but really ask for help if you really do need it, because ultimately you have to think about your child and what your child needs. And if you cannot, you know, do the things that you feel like your baby needs at that time, really ask for help. And not just help as in people giving you money and stuff. Ask for advice if you don't know how to do something. Look up videos. That's all I was doing while I was pregnant, is looking up videos. I was looking up labor and delivery videos. I was looking at updates of like people's babies after they had the baby, like a month or two later, how the baby is developing and things like that. It's just really important that you use your resources so that you don't go into it with a blind eye and you're just like, I don't know what to do at all. It's just way smarter to ask for help and to use your resources very wisely. Also, I want to mention, if you are pregnant or if you just had a baby, postpartum is really real. I do believe that I went through it for a very short amount of time, because I found myself just being really sad and feeling like nobody was here for me, and that I was just like so ugly. Oh my goodness, I felt disgusting. It was pretty bad, but I didn't go it was pretty bad, but I didn't go through it for a very long time. And I just wanted to tell you guys not to get so stressed about things, especially when you're pregnant, because that can cause complications. And especially right after you give birth. Like, if you are at home, you are okay, your baby has all these things, just don't get so stressed out, because you really can get postpartum very fast. It's very real and it does not feel good at all. Try to eat healthy, try to drink a lot of water, talk to your baby, figure out what the different cries mean, what the different sounds mean. You have to really learn your baby and figure out what your baby needs, so that you already know what's coming, you know, when your baby cries a certain way or does a certain thing and stuff like that. It's just way more easier and you're not as stressed. So my number one thing is do not get so stressed. I feel like I got really stressed in the middle of my pregnancy, and I just felt so sad all the time. And then like a week after I gave birth, it was just a lot of people that wanted to come over and see the baby, and I was letting everybody just come because I did feel like I needed the help, and I just wanted some interaction, because when I got home I felt a little alone. But then after all that, I started to feel that again, because people weren't coming like for like a week or so, and they were just, you know, calling me and stuff like that. But I just felt like I was so alone. Like, I'm really here with this baby by myself, like, because my boyfriend was probably at work or something, so that's why I was by myself. But even when he was here, sometimes I would just feel like I'm really a mom, like I feel so disgusting. It's really real. Do not stress yourself out. Please try not to. I know that it can be stressful depending on your situation, but really look at the light of things and try to be happy for your baby. I also just wanted to let you guys know that I do understand. I know some people may not be able to relate to my story, and theirs might be way more different. They probably don't have as many resources as I have and are just really, really going through it. I just want you guys to know that I do understand, and if any of you guys need to talk ever, you can always contact me on any of my social medias. I'm going to try and put them in this video somewhere. My name is the same on everything. You can email me as well. It'll be in the description. And I just want to be kind of an advocate and a light for people who need advice, who need help, and just let you guys know that I understand and I am here. Really, my channel is to make videos for moms now, especially now that I'm a mom, because now I understand. And yes, my baby is very young and I have not learned all the things that I'm going to learn in her lifespan, but I'm talking about new moms who might be a little stressed, who might be a little worried, who haven't told their families yet. You can come to me. I would love to give you advice. I would love to talk to you guys, and I'm open arms to you guys. I really do understand. So guys, that is the end of this video. I really hope that you took something from it, and I really hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, how I grew up, and how I kind of got to this point in my life. Again, having a baby has really changed my life for the better. I'm very happy, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad it wasn't too long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe. And new mommies who have 3 and 4 babies, we love you all. Please comment and let me know you guys' stories. I would really like to know, you know, other perspectives on being a mom. Bye guys.